Salakia. So, I previously said that the kingdom of Israel the nation of Israel were divided into two nations. The people of Israel were divided into two nations. What I meant to say was two kingdoms. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. They didn't become two different nations. They were just the northern kingdom. They were Israelites who were the northern kingdom, and they were Israelites who lived in the southern kingdom. And of the southern kingdom, the tribe of Judah and Benjamin and Levi. Well, it was majority of Judah and Benjamin because they were darker complexion and they looked more similar. Okay, so anyways, now that I got that out of the way and I corrected myself, Yeharatazah, I did catch that. And if I said anything like that again, it's just slip ups. I don't mean to mislead anyone. These videos are trying to help, enlighten, to help open eyes, but the true knowledge comes from the Lord. And I'm just trying to show you where you can find it. It's up to the Lord to give it to you, the understanding, So, Salakia. This is Ezekiel chapter 35. So back to the lesson at hand, which was Edom is going to receive judgment. Israel has received their judgment. Now there's a time for Edom to receive their judgment. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. Their calamity was the curses, their punishment. The time of Deuteronomy, what the Lord said what he was gonna do to us for disobeying his laws. So that time of calamity, you were the one that's pursuing us, selling us like cattle, becoming rich in prosperous societies off the blood, sweat, and tears of your brothers, honestly. And I often ask the question. I often ask a question, if because they teach us that Africans sold Africans into slavery. But if you are, I often say, if a king is selling his own people into slavery, how long will he be a king? Think about it. If you're a king of a village, and your own people, you're selling them into slavery, they're gonna overtake you in the night when you sleep, man. Another man gonna step up and take over you, man. And so on and so forth. That's not what happened. They sold people who they knew weren't theirs. But Esau, you sold your own brethren into slavery, man. That just shows how wicked you are, man. Damn. All right, but anyways, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had no end. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. Fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. And I will make thee a perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Okay, and verse 10. Now listen to what he says. Okay? Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and I will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Okay, so anyways, you have possessed two nations, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. You know, you have possessed people on this earth. So the Lord is going to judge you for these things, man. You know? So let's go to Malachi. It's right here. Oh, let's go by. Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them no root, neither nor branch. You see? So who's the proud? The Reds. Who's the most proudest? Excuse me. Let's go to Psalms 52. You see? There's a judgment, just as what Moses told the children of Israel what's going to happen unto them. And what happened? It did. It came to pass. This is Psalms 52:5. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. Salah. Okay? And who is this talking about? You know, he's talking about the forefather, or one of the forefathers of Esau, Edom, the Dog. All right? You know, Dog was an Edomite. You know, and that spirit that Dog has, these Edomites have to this day. You know, so let's get one more last precept, then we'll close it out, man. Let's go to Galatians. You know, jump all everywhere. Galatians 6 and 7. I'd like to close it out with this one. Be not deceived, for the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap everlasting life. All right? So Esau is only about flesh. He's only about carnal things. Okay? So Yahweh Ratazada was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.